Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. Dead. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness.
They're watching.
There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing?
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a masterpiece of a game. I finished this game twice. Once before I knew I am trans and neurodivergent, and then after I knew I am trans and neurodivergent. I liked it even on my first playthrough, but it was the second playthrough that I have really fallen in love with the game. When my English skills got better, but also I have learned more about myself, I was hesitant to play the game again. I was worried that I will remember most of it, but I was absolutely wrong. I mean, I did remember the main story points, but turns out I was just not able to appreciate more complex scenes back then. I'm so glad I give this game another chance. There are going to be mild spoilers, but I ended up analyzing only a few scenes that does not spoil the whole story. So the game still should be playable for you after this video. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a story-driven game when you play as Senua, picked warrior. Senua suffers from psychosis, a condition that makes her perception of reality different. Throughout the game, Senua hears voices and sees things as if they were right there, as if they were real. And so do you, the player, see things through Senua's eyes, but also hear the voices in 3D audio. Throughout the game, Senua embarks on a journey to save her husband, Dillion, from the land of the dead. She is determined to fight her way all the way towards Hela, goddess of hell, and make her return her husband back. You start this journey without fully grasping the stakes of Senua's quest. And throughout her journey, in this merge of Senua's fantasies and flashbacks into past events, you learn more about Senua's emotions, beliefs, and fears. Let's take a look at one example of that.
Where is it?
There he is.
There he is.
The light.
Go towards it.
He's in the house.
Find-
He's going in.
He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Disappearing. Keep going.
It's a test.
It's just
Like the old warrior trials. Dillion will help me.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillion and the others. For the water. She could taste the rot. No one else could. She knew something was wrong, something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing.
You have to fix it.
And they knew that she was not like that.
This instance particularly fascinated me. When Senua was reliving her memory of the plague, she saw people bathing in a lake. Senua was able to sense something was wrong, and she had warned them, begged them to stop, but they all just laughed at her. Unfortunately, they did not admit their wrong judgment of Senua. Instead, they blamed her for the plague. Now, we cannot be sure of the causality of these events, but it is most likely that Senua was able to smell or otherwise sense the difference in the water. This could be a sign of SPD, also known as sensory processing disorder, where a person's senses may be either too sensitive or not sensitive enough. It is usually called a disorder because they cannot really turn it off, and it makes their day-to-day life hard sometimes. It is common in people with autism, but it is also a trait that can stand out separately. It was really validating to see this for me. A small reminder that my senses are not wrong. My senses are just designed in a different way.
Senua! Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
But there's also one thing that stuck in my mind. The memory of Dillion, Senua's husband. Dillion confronts Senua that it is not her fault, and those people, they are good people. They are just scared. Scared of what they don't understand. Maybe I just lack Dillion's optimism. But if that was the case, simple education or even self-research should prevent that. I would say that unfamiliarity does play a part as well, but I doubt it can be the full picture, or being anywhere close to it. It just doesn't make sense. And they are good people? Perhaps. But it is really hard not to assume malice in this case. If you wanted to assume their malice and bad intention in this scenario, would you be wrong? I'm not trying to criticize this line though. I believe it is a great dialogue choice and makes the scene really stand out from others. It really did for me, at least.
The gate is opening.
What's it? It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hella.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You fail the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. There.
Now, here's another great point this game makes. Keep in mind that this game was developed with people suffering with Senua's psychosis. Ninja Theory tried to make a realistic depiction of such condition. Now, this is important because Senua's illness is not portrayed to be relatable. Senua's illness is relatable. What it shows is that her suffering is not so different from others. Don't people without psychosis hear negative voices in their head too? Can they be overwhelming? Can they drive them to self-harm? Answer to all these questions is yes. Even if you start a game thinking that Senua's mind is incomparable to yours, the reality is that her human experience is in fact not that different from ours. Even the Furies point out that others choose not to see the world through her eyes, because doing so would mean admitting their own worldview isn't so different after all. This stands out in stark contrast to how conditions like psychosis are often portrayed, as unpredictable, violent, and dangerous, where people who hear voices are seen as capable of anything at any time. I'm not a psychiatrist, but as far as I know, the game was well received both by people who live with psychosis and by members of the psychiatric community. And I just so happen to understand how important destigmatization of certain topics can be. It genuinely makes our lives better, like a lot better. Seeing someone as Senua was something that I needed. The depth of how much I related to her was frightening. We were both blamed for things that were never our fault to begin with. We were both brought up in a household tyranny that was supposed to protect us from ourselves, while in reality it was always about control. We both had a deep belief imposed on us. Belief that something is inherently wrong with us. God, if there's anyone neurodivergent in the audience right now, how many times have you heard, you just have to try harder? You just have to try harder to fit in. You just have to try harder to not look weird. You just have to try harder to pay attention. You just have to try harder to act normal. You just have to try harder. How many times do we have to keep seeing people shut down, implode, melt down, or fall deep into depression before we realize that their brain just doesn't work like that? I really wish not to see another kid getting swallowed by self-doubt and misery because of how the people around them treated them. If somebody like that is watching this, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, but I really hope that it will be fine soon.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you? only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Senua?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick.